Welcome everyone to another episode of Kiwi Talks. I have in the building, or the studio, whatever you want to call it, I have the founder of Standing Fierce, which is basically a community for fighting games. Yeah. I'd like to introduce David Niue.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah. Now, are you Niuean?
Yes.
Okay. I'd be worried if your surname was Niue and you were Niuean.
My surname's not actually Niue. It's Douglas. But ages ago, I changed my name like multiple times on Facebook, and they had that name change limit.
Oh, true.
And then I went to change my name back to my actual name, and it wouldn't let me. And I was like, oh crap! But I haven't tried for a while now.
So your actual surname is Douglas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's good. Will you actually ever legally change your surname?
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this actually sounds cooler like that. But because on paper, I'm like a white guy, but when I like turn up, I'm not.
Oh, that's hilarious, bro. So tell me how this all began, man. The story in terms of Standing Fierce and how you decided to build this empire of yours.
It kind of like before Standing Fierce, I used to like with all my mates at school and stuff. I used to just tell everyone, oh, let's go down to the arcade and play, and then eventually we'd play, and then everyone would be like, I'm better than you, and then I was like, oh, let's just start running some little tournaments. Yeah. So that's what I was doing before Standing Fierce, and then some guys put together a big group tournament. There used to be a website called NZism, and it was a forum-based website.
Right.
And the guy who started it is actually from Hamilton.
Oh, Buzzy.
Yeah. And then some of the guys on that forum wanted to start another website, and then they started Standing Fierce, and then they ran one event, and it was like awesome because I was playing in it.
Yeah.
And then it went quiet, and then because I knew some of the guys who started it, so I was like, oh, when's the next thing? And they're like, oh, we're not doing it anymore. And I was like, oh, what? What? So I was just like, oh, can I take over? And they're like, yeah, just do whatever. And I was like, sweet. So then I just pretty much did whatever I wanted with it. So then I had this brand, and then I changed the logo. I just started pushing more events because they weren't really doing a lot of events. But I was like, anything that popped up, because we've been to foreign Rotary Nationals way back. It was like one of our first ones we ever did.
Oh, true.
We were at a couple of Automania shows. Like we did car shows, and then we moved to like LAN events and stuff, and Armageddon, like anything that was like, someone's like, hey, can you put some games here? I was like, yeah, we'll do it. So it was about...
Because it's been running 8 years, hasn't it?
10 years, yeah.
10 years?
Yeah, 10 years this year, but I've only been doing it for 8 years.
Right.
Yeah. So, but most of it, like, the 8 years that I've had it has kind of been like the most productive.
Yeah, because it's just continued to build and build over time, right?
Yeah.
So how hard is it to organize an event? Like just one event?
It's actually, like, when I first started, I thought it was easy because they were smaller, but as they've gotten bigger, the bigger they are, the harder they get.
Yeah, of course.
So once you have kind of separate moving parts within the event, so when we first started, we only had like 2 or 3 games, which was real easy to like keep an eye on. But then once you include like the Smash guys, so they're like a kind of like, they're a community within the community. Like,
yeah, Will touched on this a little bit.
Yeah, so they're quite autonomous. So they're all good. Like, I'm just like, that's your space. Do your thing there. Yeah. But I just have to kind of make sure they're like, oh, do you guys have all this stuff? Do you guys have X amount of setups for the day? Do you guys have commentators ready to commentate? You know, like just those kind of things. Yeah. And then as well as that, just kind of making sure the stream overlays and things are all good, and just whoever's keen to volunteer, and that's it. And then there's keeping an eye on the social media stuff. That's actually probably the hardest thing.
So when you're doing all this, how much of it are you managing on your own?
Probably like 90% of it.
Really?
Yeah. It's kind of a combination of for the first 2 to 3 years, I was just doing everything on my own. Yeah. So I just got used to doing it. But in the last maybe 2 to 3 years, I've had a couple of guys like just volunteer or just keen to help out and stuff. But so I'm still not used to like delegating stuff. But,
Are you a control freak?
I think I am.
Yeah, because
now.
I'm like that.
Yeah, like I didn't think I was, but other times like one of the times I asked some guys to sort out something and it didn't get done. So ever since then I've kind of been like, I prefer that either I do it or I don't do it, but at least I know.
Yeah, fair enough.
So that's and then just getting the stream overlays, getting all that stuff sorted.
So what's the hardest part of organising an event?
Getting people to come.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm not so are you don't mean the actual players themselves? Do you mean just people coming to watch, or do you mean both?
No, both.
Really?
Yeah. It's interesting because you find a lot of people playing online, a lot, but trying to convert that online player base to offline player base, it's really hard.
Is that because some of them are maybe introverted and they don't like to go out?
Yeah, majority of them are.
I've met some gamers, man, and they're very hard to talk to. Eh?
Yeah, like unless you have a game in common or something. But even then, a lot of it's there, and then a lot of people. I think for New Zealanders in general, it's more of a like, I don't want to say humbleness, but like they downplay their skill a lot. So a lot of people don't think they're as good as they actually are.
Yeah, well, it comes back to the tall poppy syndrome sort of thing as well. That's kind of built within our DNA
it
here.
Is, yeah. Unfortunately, it's annoying because I've gone over to America and Australia and stuff for tournaments and and like just the skill level in New Zealand for the size of our country, so it's pretty good. We're pretty close to a lot of those countries, like. For our size,
would they have an advantage though, due to the ping difference and internet speeds?
Nah, their biggest advantage is just population base.
Right.
So for like our community at the moment, for the whole country is, I'd say maybe like 300 to 400 people.
Right.
Whereas in Australia, that's one city alone for them. So they've got Sydney, then they've got Melbourne, and they've got Adelaide, they've got Perth. That's four New Zealands, and then. You go to America and it's even bigger than Australia. So it's so for every one really, really like for one top player that we have, Australia will have like 5.
Right.
So it's just kind of trying to raise the overall level of New Zealand up all together at the same time.
Yeah. So how do you market it for more people to be aware of it? Because I'm sure there's still a lot of people that don't know.
It's kind of a combination of a lot of social media stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of Instagram like videos, which is like the new thing for us to do. Instagram, pushing it on Facebook. We don't really. I don't like to use the Facebook push thing. Like the advertising thing.
Oh, the boost post.
Yeah. We thought about it, but we found that a lot of people hear about it more through just word of mouth. And like whenever we tag people in photos. Then their friends are like, "Oh, what's this?" And then their friend comes with him the next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of just try to I don't know, just do it like that, I guess.
Have you ever managed to like reach out to like a celebrity or something?
Not. Oh,
because I think David Dallas is a Street Fighter player. I remember going to some gaming event. It might have been like some competitive Street Fighter tournament, and he was there.
Oh, was this at was it for Street Fighter 2? Was it at a nightclub? Was it
it was at a nightclub
but in the
Auckland CBD or something. It was ages, I can't really remember.
I think I was there.
I went to support one of my boys, Daryl, because he was competing and stuff, and I saw David Dallas there, and he was like ripping up, and I was like, hey.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if that's the one I'm thinking of, that's the one that was at Devo nightclub is not around anymore.
Yes, I think that was the club. Yes,
I was there as well. He played. I haven't really. It's kind of like I think that I just don't really reach out because I'm not sure like if people are like keen or not, and I don't really want to like push it on them, even though I know that he plays because in one of his Instagram videos he had Street Fighter in the background.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey, bro, there's no harm in asking, man. I mean, there's heaps of people I ask to come on this show and I get bounced. So you never know. And then there's some people I ask and they're keen. So
yeah.
I mean, what have you got to lose? He says no.
True. Yeah.
You know. And if he does come along, that's like a huge boost for you.
Yeah,
guys.
because we did, like, whenever we do stuff at the Greylin Community Centre, Sheifu always kind of stops in.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Should be like, bro.
But he just, like, I try not to, like...
Does he play?
Nah, he just brings his son and they just watch.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, oh, it's Sheifu. I'm like, don't annoy him. Don't bother him. Just be, everyone be normal.
Yeah, people sometimes they can't act normal when they see celebrities.
Yeah, but then I think then it's like has that adverse effect of like it looks as if like we're ignoring him, but it's like we're not ignoring.
Yeah,
him.
well, you don't know, hey, you don't know.
Yeah, but there he just comes and just chills and sits down, and then because we have the projector up and stuff. So,
Yeah. Does he know how to play?
I'd assume so. If he lives in Greyland, there used to be a lot of the fish and chip shops that used to have all the Street Fighter 2 machines. And stuff. It's like
a lot of our generation, I think,
yeah.
are really into Street Fighter due to the arcade, particularly in Auckland,
Yeah.
because you had like all the arcade machines,
No,
and like
definitely.
90% of them had Street Fighter 2 on
Yeah,
it.
exactly. It's a generational thing, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I think probably like anyone born from like 78 to like 80 whatever, like probably 78 onwards.
Yeah.
You know, like Street Fighter 2 is a thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I had a lot of older cousins who played Street Fighter 2 a lot.
Yeah. So what's the one that you're good at?
None of them. Nah.
Because you've competed.
Yeah, I competed. I kind of like. I actually really like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's the game that I kind of I cut my teeth on. Like that's one I spent my like youth playing. So that was like the one where I learned everything and just
Right.
I was like,
And then have you transferred it over to other versions of Street Fighter or those crossover fighting games?
Yeah. So like the thing with fighting games, once you learn one game, the skills are was it transition?
Transferrable.
Transferrable, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so once you learn how one game plays, you can take a little bit of skills from that into another game.
Yeah, with pretty much everything except Smash, because that's its own
Smash
piece.
is like kind of. Oh, Smash is, I guess.
Well, maybe if you're playing as Ryu or Ken.
Yeah.
Then you probably can transfer it over.
Yeah, like the basic fundamentals for them kind of all play a point. It's just different styles of it.
But the one you're best at is Street Fighter.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Sure, I just play Street Fighter because one of the things I learned was that I need to be able to play all the fighting games because I don't want to go somewhere and someone's like, "Oh, you're the guy who runs the community," and then they beat me.
Yeah.
So I learned all the fighting games.
Really? So how often do you get beaten?
Quite a bit. Like there's like the New Zealand like if I was going to place myself, I put myself like I'd be the middle, so I can.
Oh, that's a good place to be.
Yeah, so I can beat a lot of people, but there's still a lot of people that can beat me.
So how do you manage your time then? Because I'd imagine like running these things takes a lot of time. So how do you fit in time to be able to practice as well?
I don't really get that much time to practice.
Oh, really? So it's just all natural from all the younger years, I suppose.
Yeah, so like a lot of the stuff is just like muscle memory and then just kind of learning the new game systems.
Yeah.
Also like having like really good players that know heaps of stuff. So I'll just ask them things and then they'll tell me like, oh, this does this. And then I'll just kind of work it out in my head. Oh, it's like that in the other game. So that's what I use this thing for.
Because they break it's almost broken down into frames, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like split.
Yeah, so that's one of the, so frame data is like one of the, once you get to like the higher level, it's kind of like, I guess watching back, like old rugby tapes, for rugby teams when they're starting another team. So for them, they'd be like, oh, look, and he always goes to kick at this point. He always, or he'll always go for the pass at this point. So like frame data is kind of the same thing where it's like, oh, this move will always hit on that point and this move always hits at this point.
So if you knew you were going to be playing a specific person in a tournament, would you go study all the fights they've had? Yeah.
So you'd go, you just jump on YouTube, just
watch
look them up and
do
see if they're there.
Do you like slow it down on like YouTube or something to like super slow speed to see exactly what they're doing, or you just repeat the video?
Yeah, it's just kind because you just kind of what you want to do is just look for how they flow when they play. So you're just looking for what their rhythm is and like what their tendencies are. Are they more prone to kind of set play, which is when you knock someone down and you cover all the options. So then the person getting up has to pick an option, but you've already covered it. Or are they just really aggressive, just always in your face, or do they stay away? So then once you can work out how their play style is, then you just tailor how you play to that.
Yeah. Because the best Street Fighter 5 player is Ghostchips, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's from up in Auckland. He's 18 now.
He's on like hardcore international level, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really, really good for his age.
How old is he?
18. He just turned 18 at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So this is his first year of uni. So
I was meant to have him on here, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Like, you'd probably know more than me, but I don't know if a podcast would be good for him.
Yeah. I guess it'd be.
It probably depends.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out, like.
Because there's some people I've had on this show, and like, I don't think it was. It just wasn't good for them. Podcast is just not their thing because they're just not talkers.
Oh yeah.
And like, even if they're passionate about something, it's hard for them to convey it in words.
Yeah.
Like, particularly with creative people, you're like a musician or something. So, and then I mean, I've met some gamers. There's been times where I've bought games from EB Games, and the dude talks to me, and I'm like, dude, just give me the game, bro.
Yeah. The EB guys are weird because like sometimes it's like, are you for real or are you just trying to sell me more stuff? You know, like because I get the same thing sometimes. I'm like, when I like buy like a fighting game, they're like, oh man, I like this fighting game. I'm like, okay, cool. I like this guy, and when we do this and this, I was like, yeah, just give me the thing. I'm trying to get out of here.
Yeah,
you know?
Like you're in a rush, right? And they're giving you a novel, or they'll go into specific detail. I think I bought an Assassin's Creed game once. And the dude, like, he was just talking to me for like 3 minutes, and it was like a massive line behind me. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, bro. Yeah. I didn't want to just shut him down and be like, hey, can you just shut up and give me the game?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm just like, yeah, sweet. Oh no, that's cool. That's cool. You know, I was like looking around. I'm like, come on, you get out of here.
Yeah. So, obviously, we have to address the elephant in the room, which is the coronavirus, which I'm sure, because there was supposed to be a fighting game tournament here in the Waikato in Hamilton in April, wasn't there?
Yeah, the end of April.
Yeah. So obviously, with everything going to shit at the moment, so what's the plan? Are you moving more towards online?
So we're trying to organize an online, because we haven't really done a national online thing before.
Why not?
Just never really thought about it.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like we never really thought about it, and just organizing something that big has kind of been a bit annoying in the past. Is sort of like,
how come?
Because people will sign up and then they won't turn up, like, you know, because it's online.
Bro, I need to tell you a story because I actually entered in one of your events. I think it was back in 2014 or 13 or 14 or something. The Standing Festival. It was at the waterfront, I think it was.
Oh, 2013.
Yeah, it might have been. And anyway, I think on the Saturday and Sunday was the tournament, and then the Friday there was like a social gathering for people to just come casually play.
Yeah.
Now, what had actually happened was I've had a lot of people in my social circles telling me how mean I was at Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Now I finally understand why people in American Idol enter. You know, because because they think they're good because everybody in their social circle tells them they're good.
Yeah.
And then you get a reality check. So I rocked up because I was like, because I'd never been to one of the events and stuff, and so I rocked up on the Friday. I think just for a social thing because I'm like, I want to know what I'm getting into. But everyone was like, you need to enter, you're the man, whatever. Yeah. And then, dude, I got so owned on that social night, bro. I think this one guy, he beat me like 4 times, and I was like, the hell with this shit, man. So I didn't show up. So I'm wondering if there's other people out there that probably don't know what they're signing up for, man. And I mean this in the nicest possible way, but some of these dudes are freaks, man.
Yeah,
freaks in terms of their skill.
I call them that too all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever they beat me, I'm like, you freak. Why are you so good?
Yeah. I can't even remember who the dude was I versed, but yeah, he was so good, eh?
Yeah.
But that might be part of it.
Yeah.
Do you ever, like, when people sign up, do you get their details or anything? Like their phone number? Do you follow up and be like, hey, I didn't show up?
We get their emails and just their phone number, like email and phone number, just, you know, contact details, just to kind of like see, like, at this, like, around then, like 2013, because that would have been my second year doing it. All that stuff was still kind of new to me. So,
apologies for that, bro.
No, that's all good. That's all good. I because that year was that was the first, because 2012 when I first started doing it, I still kind of had help from the old guard, old guard. Yeah. And then 2013 was just like my first year just running it all on my own.
Yeah. Was it a bit of a reality check, and were you like, holy crap, what have I done?
Nah, it was kind of more like, damn, these guys suck. Why weren't they doing this stuff and this stuff?
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah, I was cool because like I think my biggest downfall was like I look way bigger than I like my vision is a lot bigger than
That's good though. That you can possibly do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So I'm always trying to go like as big as I possibly can. So my brother helps out. Like he kind of got roped in just because he's my brother. So
Yeah.
So he does all the streams.
Family
stuff.
first, man.
Yeah. Like, he didn't want to do anything, and then I was like, just come and run the stream once, and he was like, yeah. And then that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's a stream guy now.
Yeah. But he must enjoy doing it.
Yeah. But he's it's good because he reins all my ideas, and that are like too outlandish.
Because are you a tech guy? Are you up with technology?
Kind of. I like the mainstream technology, yeah. But like anything further. Oh, but then in saying that, it took me ages to get a smartphone. Like I didn't get my first smartphone until like 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so I didn't have an iPhone or anything like that. I still had the button, the old button phones.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah, I only got a smartphone because I needed email, like needed to check my emails like on the go.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Like a smartphone is so many different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a camera, it's a map.
Yeah, and then the camera thing was like handy, so I was like, oh, that's cool. So
Yeah. But is there what's it like in terms of setting up like the stream, in terms of the internet infrastructure and all of that?
Yeah,
Because I think on your podcast with Will, you mentioned that someone tried to charge you like a ridiculous amount when you were setting up an event in a hotel, wasn't it?
It's the hotel. So that was one of the big things I learned, is that all the hotels in New Zealand all have the same ISP.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and that ISP has like a monopoly on the broadband internet for all hotels, and the prices are crazy at every single hotel we've gone to. We were lucky the last couple of years because My Republic used to help us out.
Yep.
Because one of the Smash players worked for My Republic, and then he was like, "Oh, if you guys chuck their logo on, a couple of posters and stuff, we'll handle the internet." So they just used to cut part of the bandwidth from the hotel and just go straight to us.
Oh, cool.
So then My Republic would pay the hotel for that, and then we would just have all good internet.
Yeah. So do you choose to hold it in like community centers or in like a hall or something as a result?
The only reason we do them in community centers is just because it's way cheaper than.
Yeah.
But Auckland sucks for venues.
What, in terms of price? Or?
Yeah, price and...
Well, everything's expensive in Auckland
yeah,
now, right?
Yeah, everything's expensive. And then also when it's ball season, like school balls and stuff.
Oh,
so then the prices double.
Because how many events do you try to have a year? 5, 6?
We 1, 2, 3, 4. We aim for 4 big ones. And then throughout the year we do about 20 kind of smaller fortnightly events.
When you say smaller, what like at someone's house? Like
no. So the bigger ones we have at the hotel ballrooms and stuff.
Right.
And then the smaller ones we just do at the community centers.
Okay.
Yeah, so those the smaller ones are just to kind of, that's where I'd say new people should come to just kind of introduce themselves to it.
Yeah.
Because when you turn up to a big event, it's all like
I did.
It's kind of and everything's quite big. You're like, damn, there's so many people and there's so many setups and stuff. And,
yeah.
It's kind of overwhelming a little bit. But the community center ones, they're a lot smaller, and I think they'd be easier for people to digest.
Yeah, I suppose so. So, because what's the entry fee usually to get into some of these events? I think it was $40 or $50 or something.
Yeah, 50 just to cover the venue and stuff.
Yeah. Are you able to make a bit of money out of it, or is it one of those things that you just do mainly for love at this stage?
The last 2
Because you got some
years,
merchandise as well.
Yeah. So when we first started, it was a huge loss, but that was because I'm not a business guy. I didn't understand budgeting or risk reward and all that stuff. So I was like, nah, we'll just do this. And then and because I was working full time at the time, and plus I had a lot of savings, so I was just like, oh, I'll just cover this, and then whatever comes back, I'll just keep. Yeah. And it's nothing came back, so I was like, nah, all good. Then I kept doing that, and then eventually, my brother was like, bro, this isn't working, eh? And I was just like, I know. And then I had the idea, I was like, oh, should we just try doing t-shirts? And he was like, yeah. And then the initial run of T-shirts wasn't for sale. It was just to kind of like see what the interest was like.
Yeah.
So I printed 20 T-shirts, and then everyone was like, "Bro, I need a T-shirt." And then after that, I was like, "Sweet, we'll just do a T-shirt all the time."
So do you just do T-shirts, or is there other types of merch as well?
We've done some sweatshirts, beanies. What else have we done? Sweatshirts, beanies, and T-shirts. Oh, and long sleeve T-shirts.
And it's all available on the website.
We've kind of got this rule where like you can only get them at events to make people come down.
Yeah, smart.
So we changed the color. So so everyone's like, oh, that's it's the red and black one. Oh, that's from 2014, 2015.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting way of doing it.
Yeah. So like some people have got all the colors and some people have 3 and they're missing a few and they're like, man, when are you going to put these out online? So maybe later on.
So how are you going to deal with that now that the events are probably going to be online for a while?
Yeah. So that's the next thing that's popped up.
Yeah. Because obviously due to the rapid evolution of this thing, you know, within a week we've just
it's crazy.
Closed our borders.
Man, last week it was just like all good, and then now it's like whoa.
Yeah, like I've had to change the way I release podcasts now, because usually I might do 3 in 1 week, right?
Yeah.
But then I'll release one over the course of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But because pretty much coronavirus has infected everything in terms of any type of thing, the subject matter you talk about.
Yeah.
Like if like say us talking about this, like the situation could change in like a couple of days. So like, I just have to release them quite rapidly now at the moment, just because.
Of course,
Yeah, because otherwise we could be talking about it and then
it's gone
and it's out of date already. So yeah.
Well, it is. I didn't realize. Oh, like one of the things that it did make me realize is like how, I guess how easy it is for like esports in general to be broken down if one thing, like something like this big happens. Because like a lot of people, not just like New Zealand's right because we're quite small, but over in America, a lot of the event organizers are close to going bankrupt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So one of the guys who does CEO, which is Community Effort Orlando, he had an event on last weekend just before everything kicked off in America. All the
yeah.
And then when they closed the borders to Europe, I think it was.
Yeah, which was I can't even remember when that was now. That was like 5 days ago, 6 days ago.
Yeah, so a lot of players were coming from Europe to that tournament, and then because they'd done that, everyone stopped. Like all the European players weren't coming, and then because they weren't going, some of the American players didn't want to go because they were only going because those players were going.
Right.
And then
So it's like a compounding effect on everything, really.
And then obviously because he'd already, so all that money he'd got for registrations and stuff, he'd already spent it on the the venue and lanyards and passes and everything. So then everyone wants a refund.
Right.
And it's like, how can you refund the money that's already been spent? So he's like had to like try and work out a way, but he's so close to like being bankrupt just from that one event being cancelled.
But I suppose the good thing is at least you can still play in terms of online. Yeah, that's the big thing. And you said yourself that people don't even like to come to some of the events because they prefer to play online.
So it's like they either prefer being online or they're just like really shy.
So with any new player that comes, do you have to introduce yourself?
No, you can just come and just.
Yeah, you don't say hi to everyone.
No, you didn't. Like I think that's one of the big issues. I think when people turn up and they see everyone like all standing in like a group and stuff, they just assume you have to like say what's up. You don't have to. Yeah. You can just come, stand at the back, do nothing. So all good.
But it's crazy how the evolution of esports has come, right? Because fighting games, and I talked with Will about this, like they were like the original esport, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, other esports have gotten way bigger, stuff like Fortnite, which is ridiculous. But you guys were like the original.
Yeah,
it
was like
guys.
esport before esport was a word.
Yeah. It's interesting because I had a professor, Holly Thorpe, on here from the University of Waikato. She's actually on the International Olympic Committee.
Oh, yeah.
And she mentioned that they're looking at actually bringing esports into the Olympics.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of things to work out because I think one of the main concerns is cyberbullying and and how women get abused and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of like the real bad thing about esports is like the bullying and the.
But that wouldn't happen on on site though. That would be more online.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you know, people talk shit online because
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no repercussions, right?
Yeah.
If you do that in person, you're probably going to get you know, a punch in the face.
Well, because the other thing too is like, because the community is so close knit, you know, whoever starts something, you're gonna have to see them anyway at an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and you're gonna have to talk it out or whatever. You know, like I always tell them, like, if you guys can't talk, there's car park outside. I don't care what you guys do, just don't come inside.
Yeah. And what's the beef over usually? Just someone
Stupid stuff,
petty
you know?
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
someone says someone's not that good, and then someone will take it personally, and then they're like, I actually spent X amount of time doing this, and then
Yeah.
you know, and then it's just, and then the argument just turns into, I want the last word. And that's
Yeah.
it, you know?
And you don't know sometimes if they're actually being serious or they're just trolling. 'Cause This is
Exactly.
the age of the troll as well.
And sarcasm sucks online. Sarcasm is terrible online.
Oh, yeah, it is. I don't play any. I think when I play games, like I mainly play Smash these days, and I don't even have any online thing hooked up anyway because I'm not interested.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm not really interested in the taunting and stuff. But even then, there's still people that troll. Yeah. I remember when I think it was Star Wars Episode 7 came out.
Is that
Force Awakens.
Oh, yep.
Force Awakens. It had just come out. I hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah.
And someone had put like their name was Han Solo dies or something.
Yeah.
Like so I got spoiled
yeah.
before I even. I was like,
poor.
oh, you prick.
Yeah, those people, even like when was it when Endgame, before Endgame came out?
Oh,
and
yeah.
everyone had then like oh no, when Infinity War first came out, and I saw on Twitter someone's name was Thanos kills half the universe, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? And then they start posting all the spoilers and all the things. And I'm like, and then everyone's just like retweeting it, and I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Like,
I have to stay off Twitter.
it's like, block
any
that
social
guy.
media.
Don't retweet him and say what a dick for posting these up.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you're the dick.
That's why with those sort of things, man, I try and go to the premieres if I
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
because you just know there's going to be some douche that's going to try and ruin it
'Cause
for everyone else.
I couldn't see Endgame for oh no, not Endgame, sorry, Infinity War
Infinity
for like a week when it came out. So I just like didn't go on for a week. I was just like, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks because I don't want any spoilers. I don't trust any of you guys.
Yeah, because that's what happens, dude. Yeah. It's just crazy how things are evolving. So, if the opportunity for, I suppose, esports to go into the Olympics, if it did happen, to be honest, I think it'll probably happen over the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Because interestingly, this is another thing that Holly Thorpe told me, is the Olympics is actually declining. I mean, coronavirus aside, we don't even know if it's happening this year, but
true.
Yeah, because most of the people who watch it are in the 55 plus age bracket, and a lot of young people don't watch the Olympics, and because of the way you can consume content now, people don't want to sit in front of a television and stuff. So I think that's why they're bringing in new stuff. They're bringing in breakdancing in like the next one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How do you judge that?
I don't know, man.
Crazy. How would you judge breakdancing?
I suppose if you go to a tournament or anything, it would probably be the same way, I guess.
Yeah, true.
I went to some tournament at Spark Arena was Vector back then.
Yeah.
But, bro, South Koreans, man, they just killed
They're
it.
crazy,
Yeah. They're just good at everything. They're really good at games too.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm versing like anyone on Smash, who's a South Korean or Japanese, I'm like, I just know before I even play, I'm like, I'm going to lose this.
Yeah. Well, with the Olympics, Intel partnered up, I think, with the Olympic Committee, or they've got this series going on. So at the moment, if the Olympics do go ahead,
I highly doubt it.
So Intel's doing like this partnership with the Olympics where Rocket League and Street Fighter 5 will be played at the Olympics.
Really?
Yeah.
Like at the actual Olympics?
Yeah. So they're doing a big world qualifier. Japan being the host country already, like their team's already, qualified.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the world qualifies through online qualifiers. And then I think it's the top 16 teams from around the world are supposed to go to Poland to play it out. And then the top 11 go to the Olympics.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Ghostchips at the moment is holding a team qualifier.
Yeah.
So him and there's another guy, his name's Sky. He's like the second best.
Yes, I've heard of him.
Yeah, so those two are teaming up because it's teams of three. So those two are running a tournament, and the winner of the tournament gets to be their like third.
Isn't it dangerous to do that though? To have teams of 3. I remember going to Armageddon in Auckland. I think it was last year, and they were playing Overwatch, I think.
Oh yeah.
And this girl that was just shouting at her teammate.
Oh yeah.
Like,
she's
like, yo man, that was more entertaining than actually watching the game.
No, that was the year before because we did Street Fighter after them. But funnily enough, that girl is actually she plays Soul Calibur. And she's
Buzzy.
Yeah, she's like really good at Soul Calibur. Oh, and she used to play Tekken. She plays like a lot of stuff.
So is there a crossover between a lot of fighting game players and like other games like say Call of Duty or Rocket League or whatever? Or is it quite small? Does the fighting game community tend to be just the fighting game community?
Now, a lot of fighting game players kind of play a lot of games, I've found.
Yeah.
Whereas
I don't understand how you guys find the time. Like how much would the average fighting game player play or practice, do you think?
Based on how I used to practice when I was seriously playing, I'd probably practice maybe like 8 to 9 hours in a day.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so...
Wouldn't you get arthritis?
Nah.
I think Will said that there was some Smash players that actually...
Yeah, they get
they had to drop out completely because their hands were screwed.
Carpal tunnel?
Yeah.
So that's one of them. At the time, I think I was just... I don't know. Like, I think it's just kind of like anything that you really just always want. You know, like skaters always want to skate.
Yeah,
night and day, that's all they want to do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that where you just want to just get better and better because the more you play, you unlock something and you're like, oh, I didn't even know that you could do that. What can I do off of that? Oh,
yeah.
And then, but obviously you're taking breaks in between. So like, so we'll play, say, like wake up in the morning, have breakfast, play from like 11 till about 1. And grab some lunch, and then come back, and then play 2 until whatever, and then have dinner, and then if anyone wants to keep playing, we'll play until maybe like 2 or 3 in the morning.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And you just sit in that one spot?
No. Yeah, if there's only like 2 of you, then
yeah. You sit in one spot. Are you snacking though?
Yeah.
Smashing chips and stuff?
Nah, because it makes your fingers slippery. And then
yes, true. Valid point.
And then the controls get all annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but generally, everyone, like, the biggest thing, I guess, is we just stay hydrated when we play. So water or Powerade.
Because you know how there's still, it's kind of going, but there's still that negative stigma, you know, against, like, I mean, not even just, like, competing, like, in esports, but just actual gamers in general. Like, oh, you're a gamer, you know, particularly with girls, you know. Yeah. What, you're a gamer? Oh, I'm not dating you.
Oh, yeah, that actually was funny because... when I like some girls that I'd known, and then they'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just going down to Yifans." They're like, "What's Yifans?" And I'm like, "It's the arcade." And they're like, "Oh, to play games?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You still play games?" And I think this was when I was like 15. Yeah. And I was like, "Well, what else am I gonna do when I'm 15?" You know. So it's just So there was that, but I think it's gotten a bit better.
I think it has gotten better, because like. Dude, some of these esports players are making more than physical athletes.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Yeah, the endorsements, just the money that they're getting from sponsors.
Yeah. So like, I can understand like any parent that's being like, "Yeah, you want to play games? Yeah, go for it." Because you know how it used to be like, "Oh, you're wasting your time. Yep. You're not going to get anywhere in life. Yeah, you know, you need to read a book or something."
It's kind of like a positive, but also a negative. Because I did a panel a couple of years ago for. What's the safety net or whatever the New Zealand online safety group is, and they look after like, and they always send out like online rules and things, you know, like.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, like not rules, but like guidelines for parents, you know, to monitor their kids, like, you know, screen time and all that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what's some of the things that they
say? Like, you know, like remind children to take a break, you know, like 10-minute break at least. And then not to give out details. I'm the worst for it. I like the only way I can remember to take a break is that I keep my water in the fridge in the kitchen. Right. So whenever I'm thirsty, I go to the fridge. I get up to get the water, and then I put it back in, and then I come sit back down.
Yeah. So I mean, even when I was younger, I mean, I don't really get to play games anymore. I might try and chuck and smash maybe now and then, but I just don't get any time anymore. But I remember when I was younger, I could play games for hours, like
definitely.
7 hours or 8 hours or something. Yeah, I wouldn't dream of doing that now.
Even like if I want to do that, I have to like plan the day. Like
You'd have to plan it in advance, right?
Like a month, at least a month.
Yeah.
So.
Like I think at some point I want to play Doom Eternal.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. So I'll have to set time aside.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not going to be able to do it, particularly with like work and podcasting and stuff. So it's just
that's
just
the
not
thing.
possible.
Yeah, like it's just like, man, I can fit it in here, and they're like, oh no, I can't even do that. You got to like move it down.
Yeah, and even with having like a partner and stuff, like it changes the dynamic as well. Particularly if your partner's not a gamer, which mine isn't.
Yeah.
Are you going to play that all day? What about spending some time with me?
It's hard to like to explain it to them. I was like, do your hobby and I'll do my hobby, and then I'll see you at the time. You know?
Yeah. And it's convincing them, particularly if they're not into games or they don't understand it as well. Yeah. But you mentioned Yifans.
Yeah.
Man, I was pretty gutted when that closed down.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I used to go there all the time because I used to study animation. It was at the freelance animation school.
Oh my god! I just realized where I recognize you from. We were in the same class.
Yes, we were. Yes,
bro. I've been like trying to work out. I was like, why I know you from somewhere?
Oh man, it just clicked.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Amy's class.
Yes.
And then
an Asian lady took over.
Leanne, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, this is Buzzy. That's how I know you.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I was like, have I met this guy?
Yeah.
Maybe he just looks like someone I know.
That's what I thought. I was just like, nah, maybe I've just seen him somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Dude, I failed that class, bro.
Yeah, me too. No, but that's because, Ben, at the end of the year, I like looked around and like majority of the people are like still like 100% invested in it. And I was kind of like, oh, maybe animation's not for me, because I'm like over drawing stuff.
Yeah, I was over it.
Yeah.
And like, I remember those live drawing sessions we did.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one time where like, I think the first one we did where we had to draw a naked dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was a bit uncomfortable, and I forgot there was an Asian guy sitting next to me. Really mouthy dude, like potty mouth. I can't remember his name. Was it Ken or something? I can't remember.
Michael.
Was it Michael? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like he was the meanest drawer, man.
Yeah, he was mean.
Yeah, so good. And like he was sitting next to me, and like I was trying to avoid drawing the penis.
Oh yeah.
And he was like drawing the veins and everything. I was getting hardcore into the details of it.
Yeah, that was like eye opener for me as well, because like I'd never drawn anybody, let alone somebody butt naked before.
Yeah. But then you kind of get used to it. But you just it's kind of the whole
the first time you're like oh. Then I look around, everyone's like 100% serious. I'm like, oh shit, I better be serious too.
Yeah.
So I'm just like drawing, and then I keep looking around. I'm like, come on, somebody's got to laugh eventually. Like nobody laughs.
They're taking it super seriously.
So I was like, oh, yeah, that's definitely not for me.
Oh man, it's so buzzy. Because there was a time, I'm not sure if you remember, that like I pretty much skipped like the end of an entire class, and it's because like I hadn't had any food that day or any water, and I'd gotten a shit sleep, and I went to Yifans because I used to go, I think every break to go play Street Fighter. I think I played X-Men versus Street Fighter a lot of the time, but one time I went and I was playing and I was pretty tired. And then next minute I woke up in the hospital. Turns out what happened was something, because I was tired, something in the lights triggered me to like just black out.
Yeah.
And when I was in the hospital, I had this massive bruise on my head.
Yeah.
Turns out what happened was I just blacked out, and then I was like, bang! Like I hit my head on the actual screen.
Oh, did you go forward and then
back?
back?
Yeah. And then I just landed on the ground. I have no idea how long I was like lying there. And then I wake up in the hospital. Doctor's like, hello there, Reece. I'm like, where am I? Like, oh, you're in the hospital.
Whoa,
I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah. I had to call my dad to come pick me up, and he was like freaking out and stuff. But so don't play games if you haven't had enough sleep. Hydrate,
and
eat, or something.
Rest,
hydrating and getting enough sleep, because otherwise, you could black out.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. No, that class was pretty cool. Like, I learned how to draw like really well, but
I think I'd watched too much Dragon Ball Z, and I think I was just like, I'm going to become an animator.
Yeah.
And then I got there and I was thinking, oh fuck, there's no way I'm going to. There's no way I'm going to.
Well, when I looked at everybody else's drawings, I was like, oh, bro, I'm out of my league. What am I up to?
Totally. But I stuck it out to the end, because how with some courses people just pull out.
Yeah.
But like you'd already paid whatever.
Exactly.
It was like the $8,000 or whatever it was.
Once it's past the 6 months, it's like you can't get anything back from
might
that.
as well just do it. There was a dude there that had repeated it like 3 times.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, man, you've got what? A $25,000 loan and nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, the other thing too was just like, you know, I didn't, like at the halfway point of the course as well, I was like, damn, I don't really see a future in New Zealand doing this outside of, you know, like the 2 studios they had at the time.
Yeah, and with animation particularly, it's gone mostly 3D these days.
Yeah.
You know, you've really only got anime
Yeah.
or
And
hentai.
even then, and then most of just like background work as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, so outside of that,
because the industry's changed so much. Yeah, I think what was the last one we did? Brotown.
was there? Oh, I think there's one that just came out. It's quite tongue in cheek. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a rough industry to get into in New Zealand.
but because I know with Yifans that they moved it, right?
Yeah.
They moved it into this. What was it, like a Chinese? It's like a Chinese shop, but it was on the top floor, so hidden away. And I was thinking when I went there, I was thinking this place is going to die. There's no way it's going to survive here because it's so.
Well,
you can't see it.
even before they moved, I thought like, oh, how is this place even like operational? You know,
Because it's so hidden, eh?
Yeah, sometimes you go and there's nobody there, but everything's turned on. It's just like,
Yeah, they must have been losing money for quite a while.
Or there's an article in the newspaper about one of the previous owners. He's gone to jail for
What?
yeah. It was Will actually sent me the link to the article. So and I was like,
Can you find it for me? And send it to me?
yeah. Apparently it was like quite a big operation, and he got arrested because he was it was like money laundering and fraud. So then
For how long? Do you know how long?
I think from 2006 till about 2012, which is about
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's quite a while.
Yeah. But they like had it their eye on. They couldn't really like get him for ages, obviously. And then I think he just probably just made a mistake.
I think it would be pretty hard to have a successful arcade place
nowadays.
You know, because everything's all online.
Yeah, and you know,
people don't want to play 16 and 32-bit graphics when you've got these, you know, these cinematic type experiences that you can get on.
Or even just like
on PC,
you don't have to leave your house. It's like that's like every game. I was like, sweet, I can just get up. Some of them, you know, like majority of people have their PCs and stuff. Right by the bed. So
yeah, that's right.
Or even if you're playing on a laptop, I don't know how people play stuff on their laptop, but they have the laptop and their lap, and then like the mouse on their side, like in bed.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I can't do that.
Do you play PC or are you on console?
I play all my fighting games on console.
PS?
Yeah.
Just New Zealand's PlayStation country, man.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, yeah. Well, we used to be on Xbox 360, but when PS4 and Xbox One came out, I bought an Xbox One straight away, and I was like, sweet. And then the year after I bought it, they were like, Street Fighter 5, PlayStation exclusive.
And you're like, damn it.
Yeah. I was like,
did you sell your Xbox?
Nah, I kept it and turned it in. And I had it because I had Killer Instinct on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was playing that, and then eventually Netflix came out, and then now it's a Netflix machine.
So have you got both Xbox and PlayStation?
Yeah.
Like one sitting on top of the other?
Nah, I got them separated, so like the Xbox is like in my room under the TV because I just use it for Netflix, and then PlayStation.
Did you buy it with Kinect?
Yeah. Bro, I bought it like when it first came out, and in my head I was like, yes, because I never had Xbox 360 or an Xbox like straight off the bat. Like, you know, I bought it like later on, but this is like the first time I'm like, yes, I've got the console on release, I'm ready to go, and then nothing, and I was like, oh, last time I ever do that.
Yeah. So will you get like a PS5, and is it the Xbox Scarlet? Is that what it's called?
Was it Scorpion?
Scorpion. I can't remember.
So, I don't know, because they haven't really announced any fighting games.
Yeah. So you'd wait for a fighting game before you'd purchase a console. Yeah.
Just because like one of the I guess I don't know if it's a bad thing, but one of the things of playing so many fighting games is like my tolerance for one-player games is like on really, really low.
Oh, true. Because I suppose you're always playing online with other players.
Yeah. So for some reason, whenever I'm playing a one-player game, I feel like I'm wasting my time because I'm not beating anyone. Like I need to know that there's somebody that I'm beating.
Yeah. Well, even like there's some people that will put like 500 hours into Skyrim or something. And I'm just like, yo, man, you never get that time back, bro.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, you know.
Like, there's nothing to show for it. Like, I suppose I understand with like fighting games because at least you're upping your own skill, which you can then put into, you know, any of those competitions that you're entering. Yeah. So it makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, those one-player, like, endless one-player games.
Yeah, those RPGs. I don't play RPGs pretty much. I think I played Zelda Breath of the Wild. That was the last one, but that's not really an RPG. It kind of is, but it isn't.
It's like an action RPG.
Yeah.
But then in saying that, I guess people like what they like, you know, like.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. But yeah, I understand. Like, I'd have the same mindset of you if I was competing competitively.
It just feels like I'm like, damn, I can't beat anyone, and nobody can see me doing this.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever hang up the controller and just focus on just organizing the events?
Well, I did for a little bit. I didn't enter anything for about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then Street Fighter 5 came out and everyone was like, man, you need because the thing is everybody kept telling me to enter stuff. You know, they're like, just play. And I'm like, no.
I don't want to play.
I need to focus on doing all this stuff.
Because it's pretty hard. I'd imagine it would be pretty hard to manage both things.
Yeah. Because you're never fully 100% focused on the game.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, yeah.
So, I'd be 90% on the game and the other 10% without realizing it. I'd be hearing things, you know, kind of. So, I'd be playing and then I'd hear someone say, oh, where's the next game? Oh, who's running this bracket? Oh, where do I go to pay for this thing? And I hear them all at the same time as I'm playing. Yeah. And I'm trying to cut it out, but I just can't.
Yeah. You're probably more tuned to it. Something that Will actually made me aware of is he was saying that Smash Brothers is now the most populated game in terms of its base of people playing it.
Yeah.
Recently, just with Ultimate, of course. Yeah. Which I found quite shocking, actually.
It's it's kind of hard because
because I know there's this internal fighting between, you know, the fighting gamers and then Smash Brothers players. Because people are like, no, Smash Brothers is not a real fighting game. Yeah. And they're like, no, it is. Yeah. You guys just suck.
It's a weird, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Do you get any of that at actual events, though? Is there any, friction or tension between...
There was at the start, the first time. You know, the first time we put Smash in, everyone's like, why is Smash there? It's not a fighting game. And then I just like to kind of let everybody play. You know, I'm just like, oh, well, if you think about it, you know, they got special moves. There's a timer. You know, you do have to work out your spacing. There's throws. You know, the elements are there.
It is a fighting game. It's just not a traditional fighting game. Exactly. It's not based on the Street Fighter 2 model.
Yeah.
Because you know how Street Fighter 2 kind of...
Yeah, pretty much every fighting game can go back to Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, it's all based around that model. Yeah.
So where Smash is a lot different. It's so I'd say Smash and Street Fighter 2 are the two, you know, the
Are they the two top games in terms of player base?
In New Zealand or just in general?
Well, I suppose both.
I would say yes. In Smash and Street Fighter internationally, but in New Zealand, it's Smash and Tekken.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Tekken 7 at the moment is probably the most popular traditional fighting game we have.
But I'm wondering, because Street Fighter 5 changed a lot of the fundamentals of the game compared to 4, didn't it? I actually haven't played 5, but a lot of people told me that they didn't like 5 because they changed too much from 4. But
yeah, the biggest difference between 4 and 5 is just the speed of the game and just how some...
Is it faster or slower?
I'd say it's fast. Oh no, it's slower paced, but higher damage. So it seems faster. So
okay. So the matches could end quicker, but the actual pace of which each player moves is slower.
Yeah. So, and it's probably that, and just the systems changed, but that's with any fighting, Street Fighter in general. Yeah. Where Street Fighter 2 went to Street Fighter 3, a lot of the Street Fighter 2 players hated Street Fighter 3, and then when Street Fighter 3 to Street Fighter 4. All the Street Fighter 3 players hated Street Fighter 4. Because
the fundamentals, they're similar with most games, but they do change quite a bit. Yeah, so there's some people, because I suppose some people get really good at a specific game. Yeah. And then that game, does it kind of become obsolete once the new one comes out? Like how quick is the kind of the migration from? So how quick was the migration from 4 to 5 for Street Fighter?
Oh, it was pretty instant because
Yeah.
because the thing with fighting games is the gap between them was quite large. So
Yeah.
so the last version of Street Fighter 4, which was Ultra Street Fighter 4, came out in 2014, and then Street Fighter 5 came out in 2016.
Yeah,
So
it's quite a while.
Yeah, but Street Fighter 4, the original one came out in 2008. So from
Well, they keep doing more
so there
editions
was-
of it, which
yeah.
I think they've avoided with 5, eh?
They tried to, but then the last two, so it was like Street Fighter 5 for 2 big patches, and then the third patch was what was it? Street Fighter Arcade Edition.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition, and then the latest one is Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition.
Because I think 5 has sold less than 4, hasn't it? Overall, worldwide? That might be just because it's exclusive to PS4, though.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Street Fighter 4 was on Xbox and PlayStation 3.
Yeah. I was actually looking at recently, like, all the different fighting games and how much they've sold in terms of individual units per game.
Yeah.
And compared to, like, a lot of popular games these days, they don't actually sell that much, with the exception, obviously, with Smash, which is just ridiculous.
I think Smash covers, but I think the thing with Smash is that it's got such a broad audience.
Yeah, because you can play it casually.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those games you can kind of pick up and play. You don't have to learn a specific moveset for every character because it's the same button input.
Yeah.
So you don't have to play it competitively, but some people do.
Yeah.
I mean, I get owned online sometimes. And I'm like, man, I don't even want to play this anymore. Have you ever had a period where you're playing online and you just constantly get owned and you're just like, oh no, fuck this.
Sometimes, but I'm too stubborn to.
Well, I suppose in this case, it's a good quality to have.
Yeah, I'm too stubborn and too proud to, like, if I'm like on a losing streak, I'm just like, I just like eventually I just like, oh, why did I lose that? It's just something that like
But do you acknowledge why you lose? Like, there's times when I'm playing Smash, right, and I'm like thinking, man, I actually could have beaten him, but I was just being stupid. I made too many mistakes. And then there's some times where I'm just like, there's no way I can ever beat this guy.
No, I think just from playing, like just playing for so long, like my mindset's kind of just like, oh, if I would have done this, then I could have won. I always think like I could have won.
So when you're playing online, do you usually play one person and then you drop off and then find someone else, or do you do like a rematch?
I'll rematch someone if it's close.
Oh, okay.
Just to find out, was it close? Like, you know, like was it luck or was what?
Right.
Yeah.
But if you completely own them, you're like,
then I'll let them go. Yeah.
I'm
But
just
if they're keen to
you're
rematch,
not on my level.
if they're keen, no, because I like I always play, whenever I play someone, I always play them 100%, just out of respect, because I don't want them to think like, oh, this guy's just like going easy on me. Because I know some people hate that feeling. It's like, you know, like pity kind of.
Yeah, I've actually think that there's some people trolling me because I'll play them and I'll ace them, and then the next match they completely destroy me. And I'm thinking, did they just learn my pattern, or were they just trolling the last round?
So whenever like kind of players that I like lower skilled players, if they want to keep playing, then I'll keep playing them. Yeah. And I'll try and like through the game, I'll try and teach them without talking to them. Like if they're jumping too much, I'll just drag and punch them every single time to make them stop jumping. But if it's like 5 games in and they're still doing it, then I'll just leave because they're not picking up on it.
So who's your best character in Street Fighter?
Street Fighter 5, I play Karen. So she's the...
Is she new?
She's from Street Fighter Alpha series.
Oh, yes, she is too.
Yeah, so I play her. I don't know why I picked her. I never really played girl characters, and that's the first one I've ever played.
Some of the girls are good, man.
Yeah, no, they're real good.
I used to be pretty good with Chun-Li back in the day.
Oh, yeah, no, Chun-Li is like the OG.
Yeah, she's the OG chick, man. Yeah. I'm actually pretty good with Vega.
Oh, yeah.
That's my character.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's a pretty good character.
Yeah. I remember used to using him in the original Street Fighter 2 with a lot of players.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't know how to play against him because you know how most people pick Ryu or Ken? It's just like the default characters that everybody picks, right? So, and some people would be like, oh, they'd be surprised if I picked Vega.
Yeah, well, because but that's like the downfall, I guess, of just only playing the 2 characters. Like, because I'm the same with Street Fighter 2. I played Guile for a while, and then I got bored, and then I just started picking like Barrock or Bison,
Yeah,
or like just kind of moving around.
Dude, I've always found Zangief hard to use. I've never been
Yeah.
able to master how to use him, but players that know how to use him, man, it's just
Yeah, he's a real. You gotta have really good patience. Just your patience, knowing and just reading the opponent really well.
yeah.
So Zangief, like that type of character is good for people who like to mentally break down the opponent. So like, oh, you like to do this when I do this, I'm going to do this and do something else next time. And then, you know, like, so I can't do that. I'm like, have to be right up in your face, pressing all of the buttons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's some game. I mean, you can't really button smash with
No.
You know how like with Tekken, people
Yeah. Well, that's one of the other things too. Why I think like why Tekken is so popular at the moment is because I always have this conversation with like a lot of people when they're like, "Wow, why is everyone playing Tekken and not Street Fighter?" And it's because in Tekken, all you need to do is just press a direction and a button, and you get a special move.
Yeah.
But in Street Fighter, you have to do like full motion, like quarter circle forward or half circle back. And
I found Tekken easier to pick up than Street Fighter, that's for sure. I haven't played Mortal Kombat in a very long time. Not since, I think, did the Alliance, whenever that was.
Oh, yeah. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was ages ago. And I haven't played the new one. And what else? I mean, there's like Dragon Ball Fighter Z and stuff now.
Yeah. That's a pretty easy game to pick up as well.
Yeah.
It's quite beginner friendly, but it's quite deep as well. So for hardcore players, they can find something in it.
So obviously you have only so much space in like a hall for games, right? So how do you decide what games you'll make available? Is it just solely based on the base in terms of, I mean, obviously Street Fighter and Smash will always be there because they're the most popular.
Yeah.
But then, like, do you have Ultimate and Melee?
We used to.
But you just focus on Ultimate now?
But the Melee community in New Zealand's kind of like died down. So it's gone real small. And with Ultimate bringing in heaps of new players. And the other thing too is a lot of the Melee players are a lot older. So they've kind of just
retired from it.
Yeah. Heaps of them.
They got like kids and other responsibilities.
When Smash Ultimate came out, heaps of them, they're on their like second or third kid, just got a promotion at work. That kind of stuff. So they have no time to play anymore.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I knew one of the players, Dion.
Oh, yeah. He was like the best for a while.
Yeah.
And then he stopped playing, but that's to say, like for him too, he just grew up, like that's one of the things he just like not grew up out of it, but like, just did like older life things.
Have you been to Japan?
Nah, but I want to go.
Yeah, I want to go too because it's obviously like the home of gaming, pretty much. And they still have those arcades. Like,
exactly.
Because it's still incredibly popular there.
Because I really want to go to like the Tokyo Game Show.
Ah, yeah. I don't know if that'll be on this year.
Exactly. Like, there's heaps of stuff that's like I was telling my friends, I'm like, damn, 2020 should just be like our savings year, and you can't do anything, so I'll just keep all the money. But then now you can't even work, so it's like,
Yeah. Well, that's right. I mean, I've been saying this to a few people, but we're in like a pivotal moment of history.
Yeah. It's crazy.
This will be studied in 20 to 30 years by generations. People are going to look back on this.
Like how to stop and like they'll look at like
who fucked up, who did it,
and who did it right, and like what to do and what not to do. I
mean, even us here in New Zealand, I mean, people say we're lucky. Maybe we are. I mean, it's still early days yet.
Exactly.
I expect us, even after the end of this podcast, maybe at the end of today, there'll be another announcement that people have it or something.
Yeah. Well, it went from 20 to 28 yesterday.
Yeah.
I think.
So it's it's changing rapidly, and maybe in the next day or two, or whenever I release this, whenever I get time to edit it. But it's probably changed dramatically by then as well. So I was originally going to go overseas this year. Not happening.
Yeah.
I was thinking of maybe even go to Queenstown. Not happening.
Well, it's funny because 2 weeks ago we were done in Dunedin.
Yeah.
And then...
and then you left, and then there were all these cases.
Yeah. I was just like, whoa, like if that was like a week, like if that was happening this week, we wouldn't be going.
Yeah.
Because I think when we went down, they'd only just announced it in America, I think. The first few cases in America were there. And they were like, oh, yeah.
The problem is you don't know how many tests are being done. I think part of the problem with America is they still haven't done enough testing.
No.
My partner's Indian, and like I think in India they only have 180 cases or something.
Oh, whoa.
But I'm pretty sure they are just not testing properly.
Yeah.
I'm like, that sounds
just
too
not reporting
low
it. Yeah.
for a population of 1 billion.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I was like, damn, that's pretty good for how big they could, like, the population is.
Yeah, but you don't know what's accurate. I mean, you know, China's hiding numbers and, you know, but then some countries like South Korea, Japan, Singapore, they've managed to get a hold on it. But all it takes is one idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah, and there could be an outbreak. You know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, man, like, everyone just kind of needs to just relax, you know, like.
Like you need to be in the middle, I feel.
Yeah.
You've got people on both sides. So you got people saying, oh, it's just a flu, don't even worry about it. And it's like, no, it's not just a flu. Do some research and you'll know it is concerning. But then you got idiots on the other side buying like 100 bags of toilet paper and stuff.
Bro.
I'm like, bro, how many craps are you going to take, man?
Well, it's just, you know, like, are you going to eat the toilet paper?
Yeah.
What are you going to
sell
do?
it, you know, use it as a form of currency.
That's so stupid. And just, like, we're not at that stage yet that we need to be stockpiling things.
But you know what the thing is? So it's panic buying, right?
Yeah.
But what that actually triggers is people panic buy because they have a fear that the panic buyers will buy all the stuff.
And they're going to miss out.
Yeah. So the panic buyers buy because of the previous panic buyers.
Yeah.
So it's just a feedback loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you have all these people panic buying just because
they
saw that people were panic buying.
I hated it. I'm like, bro, why are you guys buying so much stuff for? Because we just went and did shopping the other day, and it was like regular shopping, and I felt sorry for the guy, like the guy at Pack and Save,
the checkout operator,
where he was like sweating. He's like said he's been on his feet like all day.
Yeah.
And then like we put our food on the conveyor belt, and he was like. He was going real quick, and then he got to the crackers because we put the crackers sideways.
Yeah.
And then he picked it up, and he goes, "Oh, I thought this was the divider." Like he like picked it up and just put it on the side, and that's how like overworked he was. And I was like, "Damn, poor guy."
Yeah, well, I think they're hiring people now at a lot of these shops just to stack shelves,
just to replenish the shelves.
Yeah, because it's just going crazy.
It's nuts.
And if it's like this now, if we got to like. I don't know, 70 cases, 100 cases or something, it would just be absolute anarchy.
Yeah. And, like a lot of people just need to just, like, you know, like just read up on it, man. Don't just follow the trend.
So are you trying to like post on your Standing Fierce social media pages and be like, hey, the coronavirus is not going to ruin this. We're all good. We can still play online or...
Yeah. Well, I just did an announcement yesterday just saying like we're just postponing like ranking battles until the end of the thing.
Well, whenever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the majority of like the other cool thing about the community, like the fighting game community that I found is that we're all real similar. Like
in terms of what?
Personalities and
okay.
So like I don't have to worry about them panic buying stuff. Like I don't have to tell them stuff.
Oh, because they're not that way.
They're not.
inclined.
Yeah.
They're not like apocalypse.
Yeah, exactly.
Armageddon type people.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
Well,
I know a few of those, honestly.
Because the other thing too is like because gamers spend majority of their time online anyway, they kind of have a better idea of how
they're more
things,
clued up with things. Yeah.
So it's really like I guess like the non-internet people.
Well, particularly if you're only fed one type of narrative, right? And you know, if you hang on to that,
like if Facebook is your only,
if that's your gospel sort of thing, then you will end up panic buying. I use Reddit to find a lot of my news because it usually compiles all the news into one page, so you can kind of sift through it. I mean, some of it will be absolute bullshit, but
but you can just tell.
But you can tell, right? Yeah, and you can just look through, and even if by checking the comments, someone will have already pointed out if it's crap or. And provide like another article. Yeah, I mean we are in the era of fake news.
Exactly.
So it is a bit harder to determine what's real and it's a bit harder to determine what's real and what's not. But there are some things where it's like, oh come on, man.
Yeah. Well, there are always people who like you know they're always a good like internet citizens who like debunk things, which is real good.
Yeah, which you definitely need. Definitely need. I mean, I don't have time to sift through every single thing.
Yeah, so thank you to those people.
yeah. Because you're a lifesaver to us, man.
Yeah,
because we're
just
very,
hit the
very
comments.
busy.
Say it's like I always just go like maybe like 10 to 20 comments deep.
Yeah,
and if there's nothing that says, "Oh, this is fake," then all good.
Yeah. So once this coronavirus thing is all dealt with, what is the plan? What's the future plans for Standing Fierce?
Well, our big national event is always in October, the first weekend of October.
Okay, and is it always held in the same place, or is it a different place?
Nah, different places due to just size.
Yeah.
Like whenever I've hired a place, it's always been smaller than what I expect it to be.
What's the turnout usually?
Last year we had about 200 competitors.
Oh wow!
But there are more people there. I just I never count people.
You never count.
Nah.
So is it free entry for people not competing?
Yeah. So spectators can just come watch. If they want to play like just on the side, like just on casual setup, like non-competitive.
Oh, okay.
Then that's just $10. But that $10 covers like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right. Well, if it does happen, I'll try and make it this time.
Yeah.
I won't compete, but I'll definitely come support.
No, that's all. Yeah, you can just come chill out in the crowd, like.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. And is there food and stuff supplied? Like,
no, we just have water. Like, we'll just always have cold water there.
Oh, yeah, and just people can bring in their own food. Because you guys, so you had a space at Armageddon.
Yeah.
So how difficult is that to organize? To even just to be able to set up there? Do you how far in advance do you have to talk with, I suppose, all the people about it?
So normally, so we get that through Omen from HP, and I'll get a contact with them from maybe like 2 months out. From the event, and then they'll just ask, can you put together, like a rough schedule, or like a rough plan of what you want to do, and then I'll just put some ideas down.
Nice.
And then they'll just pick the one that they want to go with.
Because how big is your area? I've probably actually walked past it a few times when I've gone. I mean, I haven't gone. Well, I went last year or the year before, whenever it was, but I don't go as often as I do.
Probably the same as what you saw that year. So like, so they've got the two separate areas. So they've got the big stage, and then they've got the stand on the side, which is I don't know, I guess maybe like 12 by 12.
Oh yeah,
it's
a decent size.
Yeah. So that's So and then
and you holler at all your gaming buddies, and they all come, or are they all just there? I just imagine a lot of them would already be there anyway.
Because they've got all the other interests. The anime stuff.
Totally.
A couple of cosplayers.
Do you dress up?
Nah. I thought about it. I was like, I should do it at least once, but I can't pick anyone to really dress up as.
I'm actually surprised how often I go to those things and how many people are dressed up as Pikachu, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I didn't know. Is it Pokemon's that big here, or if people just love Pikachu?
Pokemon's massive here.
It is massive.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's massive anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't played it since back like Gold and Silver.
Yeah, same.
And then I was like, I'm done with this now.
Yeah.
And I was particularly done. They started bringing in Pokemon that are fridges and stuff now.
Oh,
it's just like,
the weird ones.
Dude, I think you guys just take it back to the OGs.
Yeah, no, Pokemon's like, a lot of that's the other thing too. A lot of the guys who play Pokemon as well. Like,
oh really?
The latest one on Switch, on Switch.
Sword and Shield.
Yeah. So heaps of them get real into that. I've got like two guys who play competitive, into the competitive Pokemon stuff that they have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would you ever? So you'll always want to keep it strictly fighting games? You'll never kind of venture out into anything else?
Predominantly fighting games, but I'm always open for anything competitive. Really.
Because I suppose because it must be very difficult to make money out of it. I'm sure.
Just from
because you're limited by the demographic. I suppose.
Yeah. Well, fighting gaming is a niche, and then fighting games are a niche. And niche.
That's part of the when I set up this podcast, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to make it one subject because you've got 5 million people.
Yeah.
New Zealanders here and abroad. And then, once you break it down to a specific subject, you're losing,
exactly. And and then
90% of
how many people are actually clued in on that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine there'd be a lot of people that would probably be interested in the stuff like fighting games and all that, but just wouldn't know about it.
Yeah,
possibly.
Well,
or they'll be gamers.
Yeah,
but they're not specifically fighting game players. Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, because there's always obviously Fortnite, the big one. That's actually because as well as that I do community work. So
nice.
So I run community gaming, after school gaming stuff.
That's cool.
And Fortnite is hands down the winner for all the kids that
Yeah.
like they don't want to play. The only other game,
Well, when you can potentially earn, what was it, 14 million that kid won?
he was
like 12 or 13 or something, eh?
He was I think it was he was 15 or 16. He was like the minimum age. Oh no, it's 13 now. But it used to be 16 was the minimum age you could
To
play.
compete.
Yeah, but they've lowered it down to, I think it's either 12 or 13 now. But there are so many kids under their age that play and that are really, really good. Like I see them at the community centres.
I never got into it, eh? I downloaded it, and then my missus was worried. She's like, oh no, I don't want him to. But I downloaded it, and I just couldn't get into it, and she was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, I tried it. I gave it a good go, and like, I don't know, I just couldn't like click. It didn't gel.
Yeah. I think we're too old, bro.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like looking, I was like, there's nothing.
A lot of the players are predominantly quite young.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's like hit the market at the right time. You know, hit that age group of,
and it's still big. It didn't fizzle out like Pokemon Go did.
Yeah, it's still massive.
Yeah,
but it's kind of stagnating a little bit, I think, because the developers I think they're throwing too many new things in.
Yeah, if it's if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the term.
Like, and the things that the people are asking them to fix, they're not fixing it. So like,
okay.
You know, like I know that a while ago. Oh, like they've taken out all the kind of broken stuff now. So
yeah,
but they just put in helicopters. I only know that because I saw the kids on Wednesday flying around in helicopters.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, that's different.
How are you with dealing with like constructive criticism when people if they make a complaint about the event or something not working or stuff? Is it hard for you to not take it personally, particularly because you have so much involvement in it? Or you're just like, oh yeah, sweet, I'll try and improve on that next time.
Yeah, no, I always take it on board. Like I guess just in general, because personally I don't really take a lot of things like to heart. So when
that's good. It's good quality to have, bro.
So when people like have like critiques or they want to complain about stuff, I'm all ears for it.
Yeah.
Like, and I always like sometimes people will complain about something I've never even thought about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
And so I'm just like
people can be helpful. I think I remember reading on when Peter Jackson was doing Lord of the Rings. He'd actually take a lot of advice from just random extras.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Oh. If they suggested a good idea, he was all on board. So, yeah. But yo, man, if you can get some like celebrities or something, well, I think if I ever get David Dallas on here, I'll ask him.
Yeah, we've kind of because my brother played against David Dallas in Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
He did a pop-up.
Someone must know someone that is connected to him. New Zealand is pretty small.
Well, one of the guys who plays with us plays Fortnite with him. And
does David Dallas play Fortnite?
Yes.
What?
He's pretty good at it too. He's really good. Yeah. Actually, you'd be surprised at how many New Zealand musicians like play Fortnite that you wouldn't expect to play Fortnite.
I mean, I've had a few rappers on the show, and I know a few of them personally, and yes, I know they do play Fortnite. But I'd imagine some of those bigger artists, they'd be too busy to play. But obviously, I'm wrong.
Yeah. So I've always wanted to do like a tournament with like not just musicians, but like like sports players and like
dude, you should try and get like the UFC dudes, bro.
Yeah,
I would think that some of them would probably play Street Fighter because they grew up in the same era as us.
Yeah. We had like one of the I think 2013, I think it was the end of year, we had Hyper Fighting and Mark Hunt came.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was crack happy like turned up. And because I was like looking down at the paper and I was like writing down his name. And I was like, oh, what's your name, bro? And I looked up and I was like, holy crap, it's Mark Hunt. And he's like, oh, bro, can you just sign me up as what was it? It was Major something. It was like Major Pain or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep. I was like, yep. And then but he was cool and he just chilled out and just played the whole day. I think he got third. He's actually pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's actually really good at Street Fighter 2.
Buzzy. I know a lot of Polynesians play it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
big amongst Polynesians. And I know, Israel Adesanya's coach is Eugene Behrman. I wonder if he's ever played it or not. He might be a bit too old. It might be after his time, maybe. There's no criticism of Eugene, by the way.
No,
Maybe.
I don't know,
Maybe.
Yeah, well, because
But if you could get any of those dudes, just to kind of co-sponsor it,
what would be cool?
I'll do my part, man. If I get any dudes on here who are like real big, I'll be like, hey, man,
That would be cool.
support the fighting games.
I'm always surprised at how many people I meet who've played Street Fighter 2 at the takeaways or the laundromat or the dairy from when they were
there'll be
young.
a huge amount, man.
Yeah.
Because back in our day, video games were kind of still in their infancy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're kind
you'd
of
have
like
to go to the arcades. There was no internet. It was dial up.
we were
Mom,
like
get off the phone.
I think we're like that generation that grew up with that, and the next generation are the like the online gaming generation.
Yeah.
And then I think at the moment it's like the cloud-based kind of, they're the start of cloud-based.
Yeah. Well, it's evolving so fast. Cool, man. Hey, I might wrap up there.
No, all good.
Bros, has been good.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Buzzy, this is like a reunion because
Yeah.
I didn't realize that we'd actually studied together, but this has been real good. So if anyone wants to follow Standing Fierce, what's the best way of them doing that?
Either on Facebook, which is just Facebook/Standing Fierce, or on Twitter, which is just at @standing_fierce.
Is it on Instagram as well?
And Instagram, Standing Fierce. Yeah.
And you have a website as well.
Yes,
What, standingfierce.com.
Yeah,
Cool.
Just try to keep it all uniform.
Sweet. And keep me posted on the merchandise, bro.
No, definitely. Well, yeah, we're going to try to do a drop by the middle of the year, just because there's no events going on. So
Yeah. Did you design the stuff, the merchandise?
Yeah.
Because it's the Street Fighter font.
Yeah. Me and a friend kind of collabed on it. I started it and I was like, bro, can you finish it off for me? I was like, fix it out because I've done it, but I can't finish doing it all. And he said that.
Oh, cool. Sweet, guys. That's the show. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe, and obviously follow the Standing Fierce. Even if you're not into video games or any of that stuff, you should just do it anyway because I said so. All right, that's the show, guys. Peace.